I'm sorry I've been running late with this report. I did do a typed out report on Monday. A friend of mine sent me a printer, and so all this that I'm about to read now, I put on a printed page, and I send a copy to the governor's wife, the Attorney General of Indiana's office, and the Willey County prosecutor. And you can see in my face that my mom says I don't look like the same person at the beginning of July that I look like at the beginning of June. But heaven says I'm not going to die, so I don't even care if I do. One way or another, it doesn't matter. It's just been such a long, because I was exposed to this MyLab in January of 2013. And at the Arlington, Virginia location, and that night I was sodomized by 7 men, while 54 children were gang raped and murdered in the same room. And it's just been a hell of a battle ever since. I wish this were over. Okay, this report is for last week, June 24th, in Indianapolis. 12 children were gang raped by a group of 32 men, a total of 47 times. Michael Pence raped 2 boys. Greg Zeller raped 1 boy and 1 girl. Douglas G. Carter raped 2 girls and 1 boy. 8 others from the ISP were there, and they all raped children. 8 from the IMPD, they were all there, and they all raped children. 3 Indiana National Guardsmen, 3 CIA, 5 FBI, and 2 Army Special Ops. Sorry, I just don't feel very good at all. Now, last Friday, there were 186 children brought to America by 3 sources: SOCOM, AFRICOM, and the Air Force, and then distributed to 21 locations. Child number 1 in Indianapolis was a 4-year-old Argentinian girl. She was murdered. She was gang raped a total of 72 times and then murdered by a CIA agent named David from Indianapolis. Child number 2 is a 4-year-old boy from Chile, who was raped a total of 59 times and murdered by Douglas G. Carter, Superintendent of the Indiana State Police. Child number 3 is a girl from China. She was raped a total of 65 times and then murdered by Indiana State Police Officer number 4. Child number 5 was a 5-year-old girl from China, and she was raped 67 times and murdered by Indiana State Trooper number 3. Child number 5 was a 5-year-old girl from Africa. She was raped 71 times and murdered by Indianapolis Municipal Police Department Officer number 1. Child number 6 is a 5-year-old boy from Africa who was murdered by Michael R. Pence. This child was raped a total of 56 times. Child number 7 is a 5-year-old boy from China, raped 63 times, murdered by a CIA agent named Thomas from Indianapolis. Now, as Thomas, he and Pence and the other guy named David, the other CIA agent, they also like to rape and murder children in his home, and then Thomas throws them into a tub, and they eventually dissolve, and then he flushes them down the Indianapolis sewer. I've done that 17 times. Child number 8 was a 6-year-old girl from Africa, raped 74 times, murdered by Indiana State Policeman number 5. Child number 9 is a 6-year-old girl from China. She was raped a total of 91 times, and she was murdered by another CIA agent from Indianapolis, which I don't know his name. Child number 10 is a 7-year-old girl from Brazil. She was raped 87 times, and she was murdered by Indiana State Police officer number 6. See, I don't know their names, and I can't. The best way for me to do that is to get a lock, get a picture, so I can be 100% sure. Because matching names with DNA has been very difficult for me. Okay, where are we? Child number 11, 7-year-old boy from Brazil, raped 94 times, murdered by an FBI agent. Number 3. Child number 12 is an 8-year-old girl from Africa who was raped a total of 97 times, who was murdered by an Indiana Municipal Police Department officer who I call number 5. Because it's the same one. See, I can look at the guy with the Indiana State Police and pull up like number, let's say number 3. Okay, number 3 killed this child this week. Last week he killed that child. Before that he killed that child. And they have more children today. In Indianapolis, I don't know when this is going to end. I wish it would have been very soon. But I know there's a lot of you out there praying that this will come to an end. Thank you. God bless your hearts.